Whoa, hello everyone. Just while we're getting settled, we're not going to get started just yet, but if you want a hot chocolate, there are hot chocolates coming out hot and fast from the coffee machine, which sounds a bit weird to say, but they are. There will be more at the end, but if you want one now, while the weather is still hot, go grab one right now. But we'll be starting in just a couple of minutes. Thank you.
Good evening. Welcome to Golden Sands. What an awesome time. It's Christmas Eve. We're going to have a celebration tonight. We're going to have some fun, sing some songs. Booney's got a couple of fun things to go on a bit later. When you see his smile like that. But now let's join with us and we'll kick off and sing.
Joy to the world, the Lord
was born. God sent us salvation on that blessed Christmas morn. Oh, I said go and tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go and tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. I was a lonely seeker. I sought both night and day. And I asked the Lord to help me, and He showed me the way. He made me a watchman upon the city wall. And if I am a Christian, I am the least of all. I said go and tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go and tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. Oh, I said go and tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go and tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. Awesome. Have a seat. We're going to have a bit of fun.
All right. Now that you're all limber after that one, who enjoyed that? Yes, great. We're going to have some more carols in a little bit. But I couldn't stand up in front of you all with a t-shirt like this and not lead us in some fun. Now, it's been a bit of a crazy week. As you may have heard, our lead pastor, Colin, got COVID this week, which means a couple of us have had to step up and do a lot more, which is fine, which is good. But I'm going to need some communal help tonight, some community help to maximize fun time. Is everyone on board with this? Ken's in shorts tonight, so you know he's not here for a serious time, he's here for a fun time. The first thing is, I looked online, what are some successful things you need to have for a successful Christmas Eve service? And of course, you've got to have people. That's a good place to start. So we've ticked that one off, which is good. The next thing, you've got to have carols. We've done a couple of those. We've got more coming. You've got to have someone tell a bit of a story, a bit of a message. We got that. We've got some food and some hot drinks. But there's a couple things that, if you look at the stage, you may notice we're missing. And I read in the article as well, we're also supposed to do like a skit. So I've written a bit of one, but I need some help completing it. And this is where crowd participation is going to come in. Who is familiar with the idea of Mad Libs? Good. Nobody knows. Excellent. This plays in my favor. All right. So what I need is to finish off my script. I need some words or some phrases and things. So don't worry, I've got prompts. It's not going to be like completely out of the blue. But the first thing I need, we're going to start very easily and just shout these out. We're a shouty bunch, it's okay. I need an uncommon name. Thank you. Just need the one, but I like the energy. It's okay. Next one. I need a number. 7. I heard 7. That's what it's going to be. I need a popular profession. Acting. I need an unfortunate event. More like the accidental side, not like big general disaster. I heard a sinking of a boat. Let's do that. Boat crash. I'm just simplifying it. That's fine. I need a domestic animal. I heard a lot of cats, so we're going with cat. An outdoor hobby. Rock climbing. This is going to be excellent. I need an exclamation. Thank you. That's good. Yep. Well works. I need a popular musician. I heard Taylor Swift and Darren Porter. I'm going to go with Taylor Swift. And I need a happy exclamation. Yippee, sounds good. All right. You guys are getting this. This is fantastic. I'm loving the content. Don't worry, we've got a few more to do. All right. Need more hands. Oh, you're right. Oh, no, but it's going to give away the surprise of the next part. You hold the mic. That's perfect. Teamwork makes the dream work. All right. I need an old car, make, and model. E-Type Jag. That sounds good. It's posh, but I like it. I need a popular company slogan or jingle. Just do it. That's fantastic. A place you don't want to spend much time. I heard jail. Yeah, that works. I need 3 names of 3 related characters. Well, this was a hard one to hear. Huey, Dewey, and Louie. That sounds good. Dewey and Louie. My spelling is not correct, but you guys know what I'm trying to write. All right. I need an unfortunate male name. Thank you. Thank you. And a unflattering adjective. Unflattering adjective. Duba. What does that mean? All right, Bruce. I'm spelling it how I think it's supposed to be spelled, but. Oh, you're looking quite Duba tonight. All right, that sounds good. I have no idea. We'll leave it in the Bruce camp of being something random. All right, I need a number between 1 and 5. 3. All right. I need a positive religious adjective. Holy. Part of a house. A plural part of the house. I heard bathrooms. We'll go with that. I need another number. A high number. 10. That's not a high number. I heard 9,000. That's going to work just lovely. I need 2 farm animals. Sheep and a chicken. I need a biblical place name that isn't Jerusalem or Bethlehem. Jericho. A decorative item you don't really need. Christmas tree. No, that doesn't work. A what? Snowball. Like a snow globe? Snow globe. Yeah, we'll do that. That sounds good. All right, a popular daytime talk show. Thank you. Really bright object. Sun? Flashlight, sure. That works. This will all make sense in a couple of minutes. An annoyed exclamation, potentially what you're feeling right now. Do. Sounds good. Positive adjective. Amazing. Yeah, that works. Some baby items, or a baby item. Nappies. Oh. All right. Local pastor of Golden Sands Baptist Church. Colin. Common phrase found on Colin Bingo. COVID. Babylon and COVID, sure. All right, I think I've done it. All right, we're going to come back to that. We're going to come back to that. Okay, what I need now is 2 volunteers, but I've actually pre-selected our volunteers, so don't worry. It's Daniel Moses. Can you come on up and stand on this side of the stage over here? And then the other person I need is Chris. Come on over. No, not on stage, just next to the stage. Next to the stage. Now, you may have noticed on stage we're missing Dan, this is actually your fault. So I set up the stage the other day, and then I sent a picture to Dan, because he was complaining last week that we hadn't set much stuff up. And he goes, "Where's the trees? May I present to you our trees?" So Dan, you're going to need to put this on, and you will want the goggles. Here you go, Chris.
Disposable hooded.
It's a coverall. You're going to want to cover it all. And then there's some goggles. All right, so what we're going to do is, human Christmas trees. So I need a couple of teams. I just want the first 5 people to come over to Dan's side. Definitely his children should be part of this, so come. So we got Joe. Yes. Yep. We got maybe 1 adult on this team. Your zip's broken. That's fine. We'll tape you up. Mike, Moth. You're going to enjoy this, I promise. All right, that's that side. And then on this side, similar idea. First kind of 5 people. We want to mix a young and old over here. You come over. Yep. Yes, Bruce. Oh, this is going to be great. I need 3 more. 3 more people just for this team. Wonderful. Yes. Abigail. Excellent. 1 more for this team? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 1 more. 1 more person. You get to do some fun stuff with them. 1 more person. Yes, come on over. All right. It's a bit short, but that's okay. They were a bit limited on sizes at Bunnings, but that's okay. All right, so what I have for each team, what I've got for each team is a bag of supplies, and you're especially going to want to look at the bottom of the bag, but use sparingly. All right, here's your bag. Right down the bottom, there's some good supplies. So what you're going to do is, whilst we do another thing, you guys are going to make the best 2 human Christmas trees you possibly can. All right, so maybe Chris and Dan, if you get into a pose that's kind of like a tree-like. There is silly string in the bags. All right. All right, so you're going to have a bit of time. I'm going to do another thing while you guys decorate, and we're going to come back to you. There's scissors and tape in there as well. So there's some scissors, some tape. Be really creative. We'll do some prizes at the end, but have fun with that. All right. While they're doing that, though it will be very... I love it. This is great. Are you feeling the Christmas energy, Dan? You want a mask next time? Probably should have provided one of those. It's okay. He'll be fine. All right. You right there, Chris? Just watch out for the mouth, maybe. Excellent. All right. While that's happening, I need 3 more volunteers. Don't worry, there's no... that's all the silly strings. There's no... Oh, that stuff smells so bad. Woo! 3 more volunteers, bit of acting, no silly string involved. I will not hesitate to say people's names. Everybody's being very shy. Rowan, you're definitely one of the people I want. Come on up. Stephen, you should come too. And Amanda, for your comment before, get on up here. Oh, it is your birthday, isn't it? It's Amanda's birthday, everyone, so this is an extra reason why we should have her up on stage. All right. You guys can join me up on here. That's fine. You're not going to get covered in silly string and things. Ron, you're going to go in the center. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of a skit, because that's what the article said we had to do. But you might see that I blew my budget on the trees, so my decorations for this bit are a bit lame. Hang on. You're a shepherd.
I can see it, friend.
Yeah, no. And Amanda, you can choose where you put that one, but.
An interviewer.
That's your script. You can see.
Oh, hell.
That's your one. Okay. Sorry about my handwriting. Yeah. Yep. All right, so transport ourselves now. Imagine you're now watching some sweet Christmas telly, and all of a sudden on the TV comes an evening program hosted by me. Hi. Well, good evening, everyone. And tonight on our show, which has remained nameless because I ran out of time to name the show, but it's a Christmas Eve spectacular. We have three very special guests with us tonight. We have a shepherd, we have a Roman soldier, and a lowly innkeeper. They are all eyewitnesses to incredible events that happened recently, because we're now back in the past, you know, when the nativity story happened. So that's how it makes sense. And they're here to share with us what was going on. So the first person I'd like to welcome is Sebastian. Welcome, Sebastian, the shepherd.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
So please, how long have you been a shepherd, and how did all this Christmas stuff begin?
Well, I've been a shepherd for 7 years. I actually never wanted to be a shepherd. Initially, I wanted to be an actor. But I had a boat crash. It was an unfortunate event. And I had to give up those plans. But anyway, there was my pet cat. He was just watching the sheep and rock climbing.
I think it was you and your cat.
Oh, me and my cat.
You were there with your pet cat,
Sorry.
just watching the sheep and rock climbing.
Okay. Thank you. And rock climbing to pass the time. Next minute, or neck minute for those Kiwis around here. Wow! The sky is full of angels. And they started to sing. It was like being at a Taylor Swift concert. It was yippee!
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. We're just now going to move over to our next guest. Now, our next guest is, E-Type Jag. E-Type Jag. It's a very interesting name you've got there.
Yes, yes. So my grandfather's name, I'm named after him.
Wonderful. You are a Roman soldier, but recently you met some interesting people in your job.
Yeah, join the army and just do it. That's what they told me back in Rome. Ha. And what happens? I end up doing sentry duty on the border of Palestine. It must be the jail of the whole empire. That's aged well.
That's aged real well.
Still, we do some interesting travels through. Some time ago, these dudes rolled in from the east, so we stopped them at the border so that they could do a customs and immigration check, you know, as Donald asked us to do. And they said their names were Huey, Dewey, and Louie. Just a bit of a racial slur there, and that they were here on business, trying to find some new king or something. I said the only king around here is Herod, and he's not really worth finding. It's kind of like my Uncle Bernie. A real doobar. So-and-so, who thinks he's better than the whole empire.
Well, that's very enlightening. Thank you for that. Finally tonight, we have one lowly innkeeper.
Oi, why are you calling me lowly? We have a 3-star rating on TripAdvisor.
I apologize. I thought that was the name of your inn. You know, the lowly inn.
Oh.
And so you're the lowly innkeeper?
Oh, yeah. It used to be that until all that's happened recently. Now we're the holy bed and breakfast and birthing stable. I mean, sweet. 50% off if you don't mind where you end up sleeping.
Interesting. Now tell us what you saw.
Well, there I was cleaning the bathrooms for what felt like the 9,000th time. The census was great for business, but the guests, ugh. It's like they've never stayed in an establishment like this before, trotting mud through the halls, bringing their sheep and chickens inside, from all across the country too. Like this one guest, he said he came all the way from Jericho. Said he was a merchant, so I checked out his wares and managed to score some great new snow globes. Wife loves them. Anyway, there was a knock at the door and there was this couple looking absolutely exhausted, covered in dirt from their journey. I told them we were full up, but the guy said they were desperate and that his partner, Mary, I think her name was about to give birth to a baby. Now, I know this isn't Oprah. I'm not allowed to judge their relationship, but I was not going to allow more mess in my inn. So I showed them round the back to the stable and left them to it. Later that night, I awoke to this beaming light coming through the window. It was brighter than a flashlight. Oh. Who had turned that light on? I ran outside and looked up. There in the sky was a star, right over my little inn. It was an amazing moment until I heard old mate from the stable yell out about needing more nappies or something. And that's it. Been a popular spot to visit ever since.
Wonderful. Thank you to my guests. Thank you for joining us tonight. Let's give them a round of applause. You can keep the scripts if you want to. And make sure you come and see me afterwards, because I did forget to bring the chocolates downstairs with me. Actually, does one of you want to go grab them? Because I'll need them for the next bit as well. Thank you. Well, let's check back in with our Christmas trees. Wow, where to begin? Let's start with Chris's team.
Exterminate!
We have a Dalek, everybody. Fantastic. Now, how are you feeling?
Spitting.
Spitting. Good. Who's the head designer on this Christmas team? All of us. What were you kind of going for in terms of a look? Crazy. Nice. All right, I'm going to go across the other stage here. All right, let's see how this... Wow, this is an experience. Do you want to come this way so we don't get feedback? How you doing?
Oh, Christmas tree, your leaves are always evergreen.
Aww. Isn't that lovely? Now, what were you guys trying to go for with the theme here? Crazy. Crazy as well. Good. Good.
Also one other thing. I will get you back, Bernie.
Sounds good. All right, now we need to I was going to say we're going to vote, but should we just give them a round of applause for just doing a good job? So, feel free to keep all that. You can stay up here if you want. You don't have to stay up here at the same time. But let's give a round of applause for our volunteers. Please go see Amanda for some chocolate. Feel free to shake it off and leave it there. That's totally fine. Oh, thank you. There's the chocolates. Yeah, of course you do. All right, if you help with the Christmas tree, come grab a chocolate from me. One per person. And if you did the acting before, come grab one real quick as well. Thank you. Excellent, excellent. Great work, guys. If you can't take it off, I guess you have to take it home. Excellent. All right. Wonderful, wonderful. Silly string. I know at some... Which one am I using? This one. I know at some point I will regret that, but not now. Right. Where was I in my things? Well, thank you, everyone. Coming up next, we have a feature presentation, a new film by local pastor Colin, and it's called All I Want for Christmas is Babylon and COVID. Thank you and good night.
Kia ora, Golden Sands Baptist Church family. I bring you good tidings of great news and great joy from the land of COVID isolation. As many of you have probably heard, I am unfortunately not able to be there to celebrate with you all here tonight because this week I contracted COVID for round 2. Woohoo! Fortunately, I'm feeling fine. The symptoms have all been pretty minimal. But I am isolating in this wee caravan that someone has graciously lent me because the last thing that I want to do is infect my family or infect any of you so that none of us can enjoy a holiday together for this next season. So I am at home today and will be watching online later. But I just wanted to send through a quick message to wish you all a really, really Merry Christmas as we celebrate, this incredible story of how God is not far, but he draws close to us, that Jesus is Emmanuel, God with us. And as I reflect over this past year, one of the clearest ways that I can see God at work is the way he has brought people together. As a Baptist church, one of the key beliefs that we have is that it's Jesus who gathers this community together. It's Jesus who's forming us, and he brings the right people for the right time. And I just want to say how grateful I am for all of you and all the ways that you have made this community so special, for everyone who's served so faithfully, for everybody who's involved in the formation communities at homes, running our connect groups, or helping out in the ministries. Each and every one of you have helped me to see God this year. And it's also been so exciting to see so many new people join our community recently. It's been a highlight these Sundays as we welcome in new members. I really believe that even if you've only joined us in these last 3 to 6 months, God's brought you here for a reason. And I'm so excited to see all that God is going to do through you and in our church community and in our church life. So I just want to say thank you. Thank you for all the ways that you've so faithfully served and helped out. And I want to finish with a final big shout out to thank you to Bernie and Brian, who are hosting and keeping things ticking over today. For Bernie as he hosts a service and Brian fills in for me speaking. Been so grateful to have such good people on my team to help carry things over. Because this will be the first Christmas service at GSB that I have not attended, which is a weird feeling. But I know that God's with us and God's with you. So if I don't get the chance to say it, I just want to wish you all a very, very Merry Christmas. I hope you have a wonderful time, and I so look forward to what God is going to do next year. So I guess for the very, very last time this year, I would love to say, may the Lord bless you and may he keep you. May he cause his face to shine upon you, and may you know his peace. God bless you, church family. We'll see you next year.
Awesome. Thanks, Colin. We're going to carry on and sing. So join with us and stand in. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, around yon virgin mother and child, a holy infant so tender and mild, and sleep in heavenly peace, and sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, the holy night, the Son of God, the love's pure light, the radiant beams from thy holy face, with the dawn of redeeming grace. And Jesus, Lord, at thy birth, and Jesus, Lord, at thy birth. We three kings of Orient are, and bearing gifts we traveled afar, and field and fountain, moor and mount, following yonder star. Born a king on Bethlehem's plain, and gold I bring to crown him again. A king forever, ceasing never, over us all to reign. Oh, star of wonder, star of night, star with royal beauty bright. The westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to that perfect light. Guide us now, behold him arise, the King and God and sacrifice. Hallelujah, hallelujah, sounds from the earth and sky. Oh, star of wonder, star of night, star with royal beauty bright. The westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to that perfect light. Oh, I'm gonna need a perfect light. Oh, I'm gonna need some perfect light. Let your light shine, let your light, 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 let your light shine, let your light. Oh, star of wonder, star of light, star with royal beauty bright. Westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to that perfect light. Oh, I'm gonna need some perfect light. Yeah, I'm gonna need some perfect light. Let your light shine, let your light, let your light shine, let your light, let your light shine, let your light, let your light shine, let your light. Awesome. Just want to invite Brian up. Have a seat. Awesome song.
There are lots of allegories and parables that tell the Christmas story, and we've probably all got our favourite ones that we like to tell or remember. My favourite comes from a school play somewhere up north that was a little bit different but incredibly profound. Let me read it to you. For years now, whenever Christmas plays are talked about in a certain little town up north, someone will surely mention the name of Wallace Perlin. Now, Wally's performance in one annual production of the Nativity play has slipped into the realm of legend. But the old-timers who were there in the audience that night, they never tire of telling exactly what happened. Wally was 9 years old that year. He was in year 3, although he really should have been in year 4. Most people in town knew that he had difficulty keeping up with his schoolwork. He was big and clumsy and, well, slow in movement and mind. But still, Wally was well liked by the other children in his class, all of whom were smaller than he was. Though the boys had trouble hiding their frustration at the uncoordinated way that Wally would try and play softball with them. But most often, they would find a way to keep him off the field. Wally would just hang about beside the field and not sulking, just hoping that he could participate. He was always a helpful boy, a willing, smiling one, not sulking, just hoping. He was a natural protector, particularly of anybody who might be picked on or was the underdog. And sometimes the older boys chased the younger ones away, but it would always be Wally who would say, "Oh, guys, can't they stay? They're no bother." Well, Wally fancied the idea of being a shepherd with a flute in the Christmas play that year. But the play's director, Miss Reynolds, assigned him a much more important role. After all, she reasoned, the innkeeper did not have too many lines. And Wally's size would make his refusal to lodge in Joseph all the more forceful. And so it happened that the usual large partisan audience gathered for the town's Christmas extravaganza of staffs and stables and beards and crowns and halos and a whole stage full of squeaky voices. No one on stage or off was more caught up in the magic of the night than Wallace Perlin. They said later that he stood in the wings and watched the performance with such fascination that from time to time, Miss Reynolds actually had to make sure he didn't wander out onto the stage before his cue. Well, the time came when Joseph made his appearance, slowly, tenderly guiding Mary to the door of the inn. And Joseph knocked hard on the wooden door set into the painted backdrop, and Wally, the innkeeper, was there waiting. "What do you want?" Wally asked, swinging the door open with a brusque gesture. "We seek lodging." "Seek it elsewhere." Wally looked straight ahead but spoke vigorously. "The inn is full." "Sir, we have asked everywhere in vain. We have travelled far and we're very weary. There's not room for you in this inn." Wally looked properly stern. Oh, please, good innkeeper. This is my wife, Mary. She's heavy with child and needs a place to rest. Surely you must have some small corner for her. She's so tired. Well, now, for the first time, the innkeeper relaxed his stern stance and he looked down at Mary. And with that, there was a long pause, long enough actually to make the audience a bit tense with embarrassment. "No, be gone," the prompt whispered from the wings. No, be gone," Wally repeated automatically. "Be gone." Well, Joseph sadly placed his arm around Mary, and Mary laid her head on his shoulder, and the two of them started to move away. The innkeeper did not return inside the inn, however. Wally stood there in the doorway, watching the forlorn couple. His mouth was open, his brow was creased with concern, his eyes unmistakably filling with tears. "Don't go, Joseph!" Bring Mary back. And Wallace Perline's face grew into a bright smile. You can have my room. Well, some people in town thought that the play had been ruined, and yet that there were others, many others, who considered it was the most Christmas of all Christmas plays they had ever seen. Christmas celebrations have a rhythm, a rhyme to them that we know pretty well, right? I mean, there are certain things that you simply have to do around Christmas, and we follow a fairly well-rehearsed script. There are presents to buy and food to prepare and decorations to put up and cards to send. We know the rhythm of Christmas pretty well. Christmas just isn't Christmas unless you do certain things. And yet, isn't it actually true that sometimes the well-oiled rhythms of Christmas distract us from what the essence of it is really supposed to be? Sticking to the usual script can lead us ever so slightly off course, and, well, we can miss the point. And isn't the real point of Christmas less about self-indulgence and self-gratification and self-fulfillment in favor of selfless love? Isn't Christmas about giving and blessing others, less thought for what we get in return, and more focus on what we can actually do to bless and encourage other people? And if at the heart of Christmas is the gift of Jesus, given to us by the Father in heaven as an expression of uncomplicated love, then maybe one of the most important verses at Christmas is that little statement in Philippians chapter 2, verse 5, which says, "In your relationships with one another, have the same attitude of mind Christ Jesus had." That the Jesus of the Bible gave himself to people in need. Rather than trying to acquire riches and real estate, he had no place to lay his head. He gave of himself even to the point of misunderstanding and false accusations, and even, as we know how the story goes, even death on a cross. And earlier in his teaching, he gave that amazing definition of love when he said, "Greater love has no one than this, but to lay down one's life for one's friend." So if our attitude is anything close to Jesus, other people will inevitably begin to notice that we deviate from the usual script in our culture, and we give love towards those whom others seem to neglect. I wonder what we will regard as the best Christmas gift we received this year, or maybe the best gift we've given. That the usual Christmas script tells us that the best of gifts are the most expensive. But oftentimes the script is wrong. Maybe the best Christmas gifts this year are actually the least expensive in terms of financial value, but they might even be completely free, and yet their impact can literally be life-transforming. In his book, Growing Strong in Seasons of Life, Chuck Swindoll suggests 10 precious Christmas gifts that are on special this season. They won't break the bank, and yet they're absolutely priceless. He says, mend a quarrel. Dismiss suspicion. Tell someone, I love you. Give something away anonymously. Forgive someone who has treated you wrong. Turn away wrath with a soft answer. visit someone in a nursing home. Apologize if you were wrong. Be especially kind to someone with whom you work. Give as God gave to you in Christ without obligation or announcement or reservation or hypocrisy. One more little story to close. During World War II, it became a custom in the United States, particularly for a family who had a son serving in the military during World War II, to place in the window at the front of their house a star, and a gold star if that son had actually died in combat for their country's cause. Well, one night, a man was walking down a New York City street with his 5-year-old son. And the little boy was interested in the brightly lit houses and wanted to know why some of the houses had a star in the window. So the father explained that those families had a son who had been fighting in the war. The family had given their son, as it were, to their nation's cause. And the child would clap his hands as he saw another star in another window. Looked at it, look, there's another house where that family gave their son. At last they came to an empty park and a break in the row of houses, and through the gap a star could be seen shining brightly in the sky, framed with clouds around about it. And the little lad caught his breath and said, "Oh, Daddy, look at that star in the window of heaven. God must have given his son too." And that is Christmas. Father, may we capture the magic and the moment as it's meant to be this Christmas. Amen.
Let's sing. Hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. Peace on earth and mercy mild, God and sin is reconciled. Joyful all ye nations rise, join the triumph of the skies, with angelic hosts proclaim, Christ is born in Bethlehem. And hark, the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn King. And Christ by his heaven adored, Christ the everlasting Lord, late in time, behold him come, offspring of the Virgin's womb, veiled in flesh, the Godhead seed, heavy incarnate deity, pleased this man with man to dwell, Jesus our Emmanuel. And hark, the righteousness, light and life to all he brings, risen with healing in his wings. Among he laid his glory by, born that man no more may die, born to raise the sons of earth, born to get the second birth. And hark the herald angels sing, glory to the newborn Hail the heaven-born Prince of Peace. Hail the Son of Righteousness. Light and life to all he brings. Risen with healing in his wings. Among he lays his glory by. Born that man no more may die. Born to raise the sons of earth. Born to get the second birth. Hark the herald angels say, glory to the newborn We're going to end on one that we did the other day for Colin. He's not with us, but you know it's his favourite song at Christmas time. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad. I wanna wish you a Merry Christmas
It's always such a faff to unplug yourself. Well, there's only one final thing to say. Merry Christmas. Thank you so much for coming and joining us tonight. I hope you all have a wonderful season of celebrating Christmas. We are back together on the 15th of January. Enjoy the summer. We'll see you then. Thank you so much for coming. Have a wonderful night. Merry Christmas once more. Hot chocolates and fruit pies over on the tables there. Hang around if you want to. But thank you for coming.